Let's talk to Roberto, who's calling in from Texas. Hey, Roberto, what's going on?
Hey, what's up?
What's up? What's good? You're live on Truth Wanted.
Yeah, I'm gonna try my best not to sound like an idiot. I'll try to say what I want that's coming from my mind. Basically, I care about a lot of issues. I'm wanting to become an activist of some sort, and there's so many issues that I care about. There's like LGBTQ rights, and then Black Lives Matter, and then there's separation of church and state, and anti-vaxxers and flat earthers and conspiracy theories. It becomes so overwhelming. I don't know what to focus on. In the back of my head, I'm also thinking, who cares? You know, I've become full on doomer mode where I just don't care about any of these things anymore because it's so overwhelming, and it feels like I really don't have any control over what the opinions of people. I don't even know I don't know if I can even change people's minds. It's like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know exactly what you're saying, Roberto. And like wanting to do more activist work is the reason why I'm here tonight talking to you, right? That same desire is what starts shows like this one and what starts a lot of people's things on YouTube and Twitch and all kinds of other stuff. So that impulse is good. And I know what you mean, where it's like, I don't feel like I can change anybody's mind. And you know what, Roberto? That's where you're wrong. Okay? Because you totally can. When I do this show, a lot of the people that watch this show already agree with what I have to say. What's the good that comes out of this show is not only the people that don't necessarily agree and maybe find some agreements with me, but the people who watch this show and hopefully take something from it in their own conversations with their own friends and family, because that's where the real activism happens. I'm only a dude on a screen right now to most people. I can only do so much in that space. You being a real human being that you can have a conversation with and really share that dialogue with, that is going to be one of the biggest convincers for people. Like we can always create more media. We can always create more blogs, more Twitter posts, more Facebook posts, more all kinds of stuff. That can only do so much. Where the real groundwork is laid is through those conversations. So if you want to do stuff online, there's a lot of resources out there and there's a lot of people that are willing to help you out. But like, honestly, some of the best work I've personally felt good about doing as an activist is having those one-on-one conversations offline outside of doing this show, because I know that I'm making an impact because I have a real relationship with these people in most cases, right? As far as which to pick, because you mentioned a lot of issues. Yeah, like I would say start with being an expert on the one thing that you can be first, and see if you can move on, right? I think I really got into it with the atheist stuff, and I've tried to expand that to some of the stuff that you've mentioned there. But when it comes to the atheist stuff, that's my A game, because that's how I got into this. Really, that's when I really started to become more confident in speaking out and giving my own voice on the platform. So I say, don't go doomer mode, all right? Because I'm here because people didn't. I'm here because people decided that having conversations with other people was worth having. And there's a lot of people that are like me out there, and you can do it. And think about it for yourself as well. Obviously somebody changed your mind, right? You can be that for other people. So don't give up. You can do it. That's my advice. Puck, what do you have to say on this?
Okay. I was biting my tongue for a long time because there's definitely, I want to get on something that you said, and I want to hit this while it's still fresh in my mind. As soon as you called us and you said, well, I have, I want to talk and I want to have something to say, I just don't know if anybody would listen or whatever it was that you said. There was someone in chat, and after you're done watching this, when this goes on the air, go back and chat, because there was someone there who said that they knew exactly how that felt because they were going through the same thing. So without even really realizing it or trying it, you actually already became a mouthpiece for them. We will get maybe 5-6 calls a show here out of the thousands of people who are going to watch. So you've already taken a step that most people will not. You're already halfway there. As far as what kind of content you want, If you had asked me a year ago what my focus was at getting involved in the community, I would have told you, and I think I did this on several interviews, I said that I want to look out for people who are just coming out of their religious structures and they have no community to go to. Well, that's where I started. Now I have something completely different. And I will pretty much guarantee that whatever you decide to start on, a year from now, your content is going to have a very different character to it. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just you started somewhere and then you ended up somewhere different. So the best advice I've got for you is get your phone and just start. Okay, there's plenty of stuff to respond to. There's plenty of stuff to talk about. You don't have to have like flashy content or anything. You have to have a camera, and most phones have that nowadays. Just go on there and start talking about what you want to talk about. The weird thing is your viewers are going to make your content. They're going to make your content map for you. They're going to respond to certain things and resonate with certain things. You're going to get negative comments that you're going to want to talk back about, and your content is going to evolve. And part of that evolution is going to be carving out a little niche for yourself. This is Roberto's space. Yep. And the only way that's going to happen is if you start carving it out now. I say just go for it, even if you don't have a complete idea of what you want your content to look like.
Yeah, good advice there. Roberto, what do you think?
Yeah, no, that's y'all nailed it.
Great. Well, listen, when you make your Twitter account or you make your YouTube page, you're going to come into the chat and you're going to talk about it with us, right? You're going to tell us? You're going to call back in?
Sir.
No, don't do what you want to do, right? Do what you want to do.
There it is. That's the person right there. Nuestra experiencia atea was the one who specifically mentioned you and said that they're grateful that you made this call. You are already a positive influence on the community. Good work.
Yep. So you're doing it, Roberto.
I guess right now what I'm doing is trying to learn critical thinking, like logic and syllogisms and how to make an argument, basically. Would you say that's a good start right now?
I'd say that's a great start.
Wonderful. Yeah.
That's an awesome start. That's definitely what I did. Like I used to read like a lot of rational wiki articles, and I know like that's not always the best source, but it's a good start for a lot of stuff, like looking up logical fallacies and stuff like that. You know, watching debates with people and responses to those debates, figuring out what's wrong with this point and what people have to say about this. And yeah, that's a great start. Fantastic.
And one great thing you could do is like you don't have to wait until you've graduated with a master's in philosophy. As soon as you watch something, see if you can explain it in your own words.
Yes, that's true too.
No matter how many times other people have already said something, there's going to be some people that resonate with you more than they resonate with other creators.
Yeah.
So find watch a couple of videos about logical fallacies and then see if you can explain it, and then that might be the start of your content. Yeah, and then let us know so we can follow. As
always, folks, too, the atheist community of Austin can always use more volunteers for stuff as well. If you guys are interested, hey, we're all working remotely right now. Puck and I are both volunteers. You know, this is the thing that we do too. So there's always opportunities to do all kinds of stuff. You don't always have to be the person in the microphone to do that. So something to consider. And this sounds cheesy as well. This is the last thing I want to say about this. Look. Like, and this isn't just plugging for me because, again, I don't personally make any money off of this, but like when you financially support content creators that are making great work, that goes a long way. And that could make the difference between somebody doing this as a side thing to somebody doing this full time and having the confidence and knowing that people have got their back. So if you've got content creators you guys have been following for a while, hey, support them because they deserve it. Because if you've invested that much in them, then you can, or if they've invested that much in you, rather, I'm sorry, if they've invested that much in you, maybe you can give back to them as well. Because I need to at some point. There's more people I should subscribe to on Patreon myself. But yeah, that's all I gotta say about that, Roberto. You got anything else you want to shout out to us before we go on to our next call?
No, I'm pretty good actually. I'll get down to it.
Sounds good, Roberto. Hey,
let us know. Email us or get on our Discord and tell us. We want to be your biggest fans.
I want to know what's up, Roberto. I want to see where that activism takes you because, like we're saying, that can take many forms, many forms. Yeah. To help out in this grand scheme of things. Heck, We're just kind of making this up as we go along too.
We are. And then that's why I get like, this is so not what I thought I would be doing a year ago. And I just keep on finding work that needs to be done and saying, okay, I can step in there. Okay, I can do that.
Yeah, for sure.